Today, I will be talking about why I joined the Air Force because everybody always asking me that question. All right. So we are here. Let me get my microphone. So we are here on today. Today is, I don't even know what today is. I think it's the 21st. Yeah. So today I will be talking about why I joined the Air Force because everybody always asking me that question, and then I always get, it could never be me. Well, girl, I thought it could never be me either, but look at it. Anywho, so I have my handy dandy notes with me because, baby, we got to talk about some stuff, okay? So we're going to talk about my backstory, why I joined, my contract, and my life thus far, okay? Yes. Okay, so my backstory is before I joined the military, I was a CNA, that is a certified nursing assistant. I did that for 2 years straight out of high school, graduated 2015. Shout out to us. We grown now. So I did that for a little over 2 years while I was in college. Like, I like the job itself, like the title and everything like that, but the company that I worked for was very toxic. So I was growing tired of the job. I was always talking about quitting, but honestly, I needed money, but also it's like I could have had more money if I would have stopped partying. But yeah, that's another thing. And so I did that for 2 years. I was a broke college student, the typical broke college student. I mean, not everybody in college is broke, but I was broke. And so at that point in my life, I had kind of hit like a low point. So I was like that I needed like some structure in my life, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, I needed some structure in my life. And the reason why goes back to like hitting my low point and me being a broke college student. I was partying all the time. I was barely going to work. And then the times where I needed money, I would be like working overtime and stuff like that to go to a party, most likely, keeping my hair done and nails done and stuff like that. And yeah, it was just, and I had a car note, but my car note wasn't that high because I was going through like my parents and everything like that. But still, I was like a broke college student. So I was doing this for like 2 years, didn't have anything to show for. And then when I basically had hit my low point is right before I joined the military in December of 2017. So I can't remember the exact time frame, but basically I got fired. Yeah, I got fired. I got fired from a couple jobs. They don't like me, I guess. This is on my only standing career. Anywho, so I had got fired because I got into an altercation at work, like a verbal altercation. I'm not gonna really get into all that because it's kind of like, it's not like a long story, but I'm not here to reveal all that. But anywho, I basically stood up for myself. Not to like, well, I stood up to the person that I had a verbal altercation with, but I also stood up to the administration on basically why it went down the way it went down. And they took the side of the person that I had a verbal altercation with only because she was the niece of the person that did our payroll. But anywho, so I basically got fired, and I had told my parents about when I got fired. So well, you know what that means? If I ain't been saving no money, I ain't got no money. So I got fired. I barely had any money to my name. So my parents had told me that I didn't have to work because I feel like this happened in like August or September. So it was like a small time frame in between time. But I didn't want to have to ask my parents for money. Why? Because I needed money for partying, you know what I'm saying? To party. gas, because at this time I was going to a college like 30 minutes away. So I was like, so I was looking for jobs and everything like that. But that was dead. So yeah, so basically I had hit my low point, and what a lot of people don't know, which is about to shock y'all, if y'all my friend, y'all know how I used to get down in high school and college. I used to do photography. Since I had no money, baby, I sold my camera only because I needed to pay my car note. Like, I had so much for the car note, but I still needed a little more, and my only option was to sell my camera. So that's why I stopped taking pictures. Let's just say RIP right now, because I could have still been a photographer right now, but your girl was broke and had to make sacrifices. Okay, so that's my backstory on how I ended up joining, because it was, and another thing is, I was basically paying out of pocket for school as well. Not like a whole lot, but it was a whole lot for a broke college student, okay? And I got tired of having to pay out of pocket before school started and everything like that. I'm like, I don't have enough money to be giving y'all, and I'm giving y'all my money, and I barely have money, so like that don't add up. It don't add up. So that's that. So that's the reason why I actually joined, is for school. Because I actually still want to go to school, but baby, I could not keep paying out of pocket for 4 years. Like, I was gonna be out there struggling. I was probably gonna be on the side of the road, spare change. So that's the reason why I really joined, is because of school. And I'm still in school now. Well, I'm not enrolling in a class right now, but I'm about to be in November, so mind your business. Initially I was going for nursing, but I changed my major to health science. I'm thinking dental is probably more up my avenue than nursing, because baby, I don't want to be sad at work. I did that lifestyle when I was a CNA. I don't want to see people dying and everything like that. So that's why I kind of like switched it up. Yes, give it up for me, because your girl been working hard, and I might be behind everybody that I graduated with, but baby, I'ma still get it. I'ma still get it done. What they be saying, it's not a race, it's a marathon. I'm in a marathon right now. But you wanna know what? I'm not in a lot of debt either, because I took another route to save some money, because I ain't had no money. And I couldn't keep taking out no loans, because that's a lot of money that I did not have. And so let's move on to my contract. Originally, I signed a 4-year contract and I signed a 4-year contract at MEPS, but in basic, I switched to a 6-year contract. And the reason why I switched to a 6-year contract is to give me more buffer room to finish school, or be close to finishing school. I didn't even know that was a thing until someone told me in BMT. Like, a girl was like that she was going to switch her contract, and I was like, oh snap, I've been wanting to do that. Let's go. So I don't know if that's still a thing, but I switched my contract. Okay. And so my life so far, I'm at my first duty station. I got to Robins Air Force Base May of 2018. I've been here this whole entire time, but I joined in December of 2017, so it's almost been 4 years. Been a little over 3 years since I've been in Georgia. That's where it's at. Robins Air Force Base is in Georgia, in the middle of nowhere. Yep. And so far, I've had 1 deployment. I recently just got back from deployment. I was deployed for 6 months. I had to quarantine prior to deploying, and I had to quarantine when I returned. Yeah, welcome to COVID-19, baby. And so far, I can honestly say I've experienced all kinds of leadership so far, just within my 3 years. But luckily enough, the first 2 years, I basically had great leadership. Like, I am so thankful for the leadership I've experienced thus far, even though the base that I'm currently at is not a full military experience because we're the oddball at the base that I'm at. It's like 20,000 civilians to 3,000 military. So I haven't really experienced the total package when it comes to like the military, but I'm very thankful for this being my first base because of the leadership that I've run into. And so yeah, it'll be kind of weird going to another base and actually dealing like with crappy leadership or something like that. But baby, at that time, I plan on being an NCO. So you gotta come through me. Big dog status. That's gonna be me. And I'm protecting my airmen because I liked it when my NCOs was protecting me and my senior NCOs. So you gotta give the energy. You gotta give it back. But they be like, pay it back. We paid it forward. Pay it forward, okay? Because they gonna need you. They gonna need you. And the last thing I can say is that I met great people along the way. Unfortunately, a lot of them have moved on to different duty locations, and I'm very sad about that because now I ain't got no friends. But okay, so that's that. But I did tell y'all that I was gonna let y'all know how I ended up with this apartment, and that kind of goes back to my deployment. So when I was on my deployment, around May time frame, late May, really early June, I started looking for apartments. And as all of you know, the housing market right now during COVID is really, really crazy. And so a lot of the apartments in the area that I stay in were all the way booked up. They had dates out way too far from when I returned, and some of them were just too expensive for how they looked. And this was like about the only apartment where I wouldn't be going extremely over budget, and that was like in a good location. I've already seen the apartments before because my friend used to stay here. He has a house now, but yeah, so that's how I ended up with this apartment. I mean, I didn't want to be somewhere with white cabinets and white appliances. Like, nothing's wrong with white cabinets, but you got white cabinets, white countertops, and white appliances, the old stove. Baby, that's doing too much. Where the gray at? Where the brown? You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's how I ended up with this apartment. I mean, I'm not mad about it. It's a pretty decent apartment for my very first apartment by myself. My bathroom is big. My closet is kind of spacious for all the clothes that I have that I ain't hung up yet. Anywho, but yeah, so that's how I ended up with the apartment. It wasn't really anything too deep into it besides the economy and all the other apartments being basically booked up and long waiting lists. So yeah. So stay tuned for next time. And if I'm funny, let me know in the comments because I think I'm funny. At least that's what my mama told me.